Let's get glam. Glam, 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 glam. Let's get glam.
So first product I'm going to use is my MAC strobe cream. A little bit tends to go a long way with this one here, so that's a bonus. So straight into the foundation. Today I'm going to be using my Napoleon Perdis in Look 1. It's a foundation stick and it is best for combination dry skin types. It is a more oily product, so people with oily skin, you may either need to use an oil control base or set it really well with an oil absorbing powder. Now that I've got my war stripes on, I'm going to use a buffing brush and buff that right in for a medium coverage today. Don't go right up under your eyes because we're going to use a concealer that's meant for under the eyes. That way you won't experience any creasing and product build-up under the eyes. That isn't meant to be there. The great thing about this product too is it can be used as a concealer, so all you'd need to do is go over the spots that you need to conceal, again with a little bit more product, and it covers it really beautifully. Make sure you go right under the ears and on top to counteract any redness, and blending right down the neck to make sure that there isn't that horrid foundation line. For someone like me who is very fair skinned, I need to make sure I do this because the majority of foundations, even if I go for the lightest one, it tends to still be a little bit too dark for me, but I can generally get away with it if I'm blending really well. Okay, so now that is all blended in nicely, I'm going to move on to concealer. Again with my spot. A few days ago I would have used a green undertoned concealer first to counteract redness, but they have gone down a lot, so I think I can just get away with using a little bit more of this. Remember to never apply straight from the stick to an active blemish. It's okay if it's a scar, but with an active blemish it can tend to put bacteria back into your product, and then you go on to cross-contaminate your skin over the next few days. Extra areas that you feel like you want to build up a little bit more, just use your finger and pat it in those areas. I tend to go a little bit around the nose where it's prone to getting a little bit red. I have a slight scar on the bridge of my nose that reflects red tones. And I'm happy with that. The concealer that I'm going to be using under my eyes is a new one that I'm trying out. It's called Pro Conceal by LA Girl. They're like $2.50 or something ridiculous. I got a whole range of colours off Beauty Joint. It's really beautiful, although it's quite a thick consistency. You have to squeeze quite hard to get it out. And but it's not too dry, which is really nice. It's almost a souffle-like finish to it. It gives a nice coverage, and I love the peachy tone to it, which if I needed to counteract my dark circles a little bit more, I'd be using a yellow-based concealer lightly first, but this one with the peachy tone gives that nice vibrant glow and makes me look a little bit more awake. Right down. And on the other side. Excuse the finger I'm using. Okay, so after I've finished applying under my eyes, I'm just going to get my e.l.f. under eye setting powder. This here is going to set the powder under my eyes so that it doesn't crease as much. My eyes are a bit creasy in my old age, so they tend to do it a little bit anyway, but this reduces it greatly. Now another wee tip I have with this is any unwanted lines, don't stick to the rule. I'm a rule breaker. I don't think it needs to be used just for under the eyes. I have an expression line running right across my forehead. So what I do is I push that powder also right in there to help set the product and brighten that area so that big line right across my forehead isn't so prominent. So I do not wish to add any more coverage, so I'm just going to use this Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Set Powder, and this is just going to hold all my foundation in place without it moving around. Now when I contour, because I'm so fair, I tend to not go straight in with a harsh bronzer straight under my cheekbone. I use what I call a transition colour. So I'm going to use today my Napoleon Perdis Bronze Patrol. That there is just going to give a nice caramelly glow to that area and to my temple area, and then I can go in with a matte bronzer and chisel it out a little bit more. I tend to use that straight under the cheekbone and then bring it out on top as well. Now I'm going to go on with a wee bronzer called Honolulu. It's by W7. It's a fantastic dupe for Benefits. I think it's called Hoola. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't tried a lot of Benefit products. So this here, it does come with a beautiful wee brush, which I will show you, which is great to use, but I'm stuck in my ways and I like using my Napoleon brushes. this here is an angled brush that I use just to give that right angle and shape. So I'm just going to tap off the excess of that, straight under the cheekbone, concentrating in the back and then blending out to the front and lifting it up. Each step I take, I like to just go back in with my big powder brush and blend it all into the foundation so that it's all sitting in together rather than layers on top of each other. Today I'm going to be using quite a matte blush because I'm going to be going a bit heavier on my highlight. This is Napoleon Perdis Colour Disc number 72. It's quite a peachy corally tone, and that there is a very highly pigmented colour. Of course, I'm just going to be using that quite sparingly to get a nice natural pigment out of it. As you can see, it's just given that nice healthy pigment to my cheek. I don't really naturally have a rosy colourful cheek, so I don't have to counteract any colour. I do need to put it in though. So for my highlight, I'm going to be using the beloved Mary Luminizer. This here is a favourite by many. It's such a highly pigmented highlighter. So I'm just going to be using my Napoleon Perdis 20F fan brush for that, and I will start with the high point of my cheek and run it over top of the arch of my brow. Keep going in until you're happy with the glow. I tend to get quite glowy because I have a dry skin, so I really make the most of getting a dewy look to it when I can. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose, run it up the bridge, fan it out to the centre of my forehead, little touch on the chin and Cupid's bow to create a pout that I do not have. Fake it till you make it. Okay, so one more blend in with my big brush. And there we have it. That there is my standard everyday kind of base. I will pair that with some eyebrows for you. and I will be leading this into another look. I'm going to be doing my complete eye look with Eye of Horus products. I'm very excited about doing that, and I'll attach a link to take you straight to that video once I have finished that one as well. There they are, there's the big bold brows ready for my eye look. So if you want to follow the link above, that'll take you straight to that video. Thanks for watching my foundation routine.